getting drunk on her and she's getting them high. Turn a sinner to a saint in a list of 7. Yeah, she's gonna show you which way to heaven. She can reel them in and she can cut the line. Make him lose his job working overtime. Make him say his prayers in a church motel. Make him climb them stairs, make him raise some hell. Gonna light him up like a Georgia pine. Make him head south on 65. Oh yeah, she's a devil in divine. Hurts so good, looks so sweet, better than the finest wine. Take you round 9 times a night. Gonna light him up, gonna keep you begging. Yeah, she's gonna show you which way to heaven. So sweet, better than the finest wine. Take you round 9 times a night. Gonna light him up, gonna keep it bang. Yeah, she's gonna show you which way to heaven.
Red Barn Radio, roots music, Southern style. The best music from the roots of the South, and sharing this music with the world.
Front door when I get back home, just not as fast as you used to. You got a little more white in your beard, a little more wrinkle in your head, but it's still good for the soul to be here with you. We lost Cody back in '06. Bugsy in the 7th grade. And I know you since I was just a kid. but the two of us are starting to show our age. So come on and sit with me a little while. I'll put another log on the fire. 'Cause one of these days, no, we won't get to. So how about tonight, it's just me and you. What am I gonna do when you're gone? You're the last of the old dog. Yes, all my ex-girlfriends come and go. Lick my face on graduation day. You sat in my suitcase as I packed up all my things. Then you howled while I pulled out of the driveway. So come on and sit with me a little while. I'll put another log on the fire. 'Cause one of these days, no one won't get to. So how about tonight, it's just me and you. What am I gonna do when you're gone? You're the last of the old dog. Feel like home to me when you ain't here. So come on and sit with me a little while. I'll put another log on the fire. 'Cause one of these days, no, we won't get to. So how about tonight, it's just me and you. What am I gonna do when you're gone? You're the last of the old dogs. Look at us, still hanging on. We're the last of the old dog.
I wrote this with a guy named John Stanislawski and Tristan Bushman. And me and Tristan walked in there severely hungover from what I don't know what we did that night before. And John came in sober as a judge, and he looked at us and he's like, "You boys okay?" And I was like, "I don't feel like being here today." And Tristan said, "I don't feel like being here today." But I said, "We've got our guitars. We'll write a song." And there was a story I heard in high school about Mount St. Helen in the 80s and how it erupted. I think it was somewhere on the West Coast, wherever Mount St. Helen is, Washington State or something like that. And I remember my science teacher had told us this story, me and my buddy Mike. We were sitting there, we were kids, I think in 9th grade. And she was like, yeah, there was a story about an old man at the base of Mount St. Helen who, when they were telling the town to evacuate, told him, you know, hey, man, you got to leave. This house, it's going to burn. They're going to be covered. And he goes, well, my wife died in this house. We had our kids in this house. I'm not leaving. You know, everything that I ever loved is here. Why would I leave it? And I remember thinking about that story going, man, that's a really cool way to think about love and how it pertains to, you know, sticking with something that you need. But also on the flip side of that, it's sometimes staying in something that is bound to burn and bound to break. And that's how I looked at it. I had a relationship that ended that I stayed in so long because it was comfortable and because I felt like I needed to prove something. I'm not really sure what still, but I stayed in it long enough past the point of its expiration date just because I felt like I was supposed to stay there, and I wound up finding myself at the bottom of that volcano going, if I don't run now, I'll just stay in this house while it burns down. And I stayed in long enough for it to be resentful and angry. And I remember we were sitting there, and I don't know why we were talking about relationships, and that story popped in my head. And I said, man, I've got this idea. This might sound stupid. There's a story about Mount St. Helen. And they both just kind of looked at me a little weird. And I was like, no, just follow me. I'm still hungover, but this will all make sense once we get through it. So, but this is about staying in that relationship longer than I should have. And I guess it pertains to a lot of my life. I feel like I've had that problem once or twice before, but I'm trying to get better at it, I guess. But it's called The Fire. Well, sky's on fire, embers flying, ash covers the road. Well, live or die, you find me running up the hill alone. They tell me I should leave this burning house. She's not the safest place to stay, but I still call her home. Covered up the cracks with perfect pictures on the wall. Well, it seems as though we're doing fine while flames come down the hall. But the roof is caving in as the frame begins to fall. And soon enough the blaze will take it all. I can blame it on my stubborn pride, let them claim I'm crazy and question why the hell I'm even trying. Our love was like a hurricane, I held her hand, she cursed my name. They say love can make you blind, but this house burned down long before the fire. You can't win a fight when you're swinging underwater, and it's hard to be a lover to a girl who hates her father. The promises you tried to keep around are like water under broken bridges now. I can blame it on my stubborn pride, let them claim I'm crazy and question why the hell I'm even trying. Our love was like a hurricane, I held her hand, she cursed my name. They say love can make you blind, but this house burned down long before the fire. I can blame it on my stubborn pride, let them claim I'm crazy and question why the hell I'm even trying. Oh, our love was like a hurricane, I held her hand, she cursed my name. They say love can make you blind, they say love can make you blind, but this house burned down long before the fire. This is a song called Work All Day. Wrote this with a buddy named Sam Lee.
like the sun that's real. Work all day and I pray, and work all day and I pray, and I pray, and work all day, thinking back on a young boy with the world in his hand. Now they cracked and broke like the soul of a man. So work all day and I pray, and work all day and I pray, and I pray, and work all day. There ain't no reason to doubt it. Maybe it's time just to turn around and walk away. And I pray, and work all day, and I pray, and I pray, and work all day. I love the woman, my heart and joy. She left us up, but she gave me a sweet baby boy. Yeah. So work all day and I pray, and work all day and I pray, and I pray, and work all day. There ain't no reason to doubt it. Maybe it's time just to turn around and walk away. No easy way to feel right about it. But either way, I got a long way to go with the sun on my back and a dollar in my pocket. One of these days I should turn around and walk away. And I pray, work all day, and I pray, and I pray, and work all day. And I pray, and I pray, and I work all day. And I pray, and I pray, and work all day, yeah. And I work all day. Yeah, I work all day. Yeah, I work all day. And I pray, and I pray, and I work all day.
Thank you. Say thanks to these guys again for playing. Man, this is Austin Webb, Aaron Lawson, Adam DeCipio. This is a song also from Wild Horse called Loving You, Loving Me. Speaking of songs that I wrote for other artists, this happened a lot. You'd write for an artist or a group, which in the case was for a group, and they loved it. Everything was great. They left the room. They're like, man, this is awesome. And about like 6 months would go by, I'd be like, whatever happened to that song? And they're like, yeah, we didn't cut it. And eventually I was just like, well, hell, I'll take it. I'll sing it the way I thought I should sing it. So this was one of those. Chasing down a good time, trying to break even, trying to get by. Plans I don't lean on, never seem to work out. Find a little freedom, get a little high. Come on now. I would turn this train around if loving you was easy. Knowing you would need me and
flying through the dark night, thinking of you again. Maybe one day, I got no doubt, figure our things out, never say goodbye. Well, I would turn this train around if loving you was easy, knowing you would meet me in the end. The only thing that's stopping me from rolling on the river, burning like feather in the wind, he's loving you, loving me again.
Song called Follow Me Home. Side. Follow me to church on a Sunday. Woman, won't you take your time? Well, it's a hard time telling a pretty woman to go, but when she lays her lips on me, try to tell her no and no, woman. Will you follow me home? No, woman, that's everything you belong. It's about a woman, every curious thing, yep. But when you look a little closer, you will see she's calling me.